Alrighty, here we go. We're going to learn some basic Swift 4. And this is just a short overview of what you're about to learn. Now, Swift 4 is obviously Apple's shiny new language for creating apps on all their devices and on macOS. And as you might guess, it's now in its fourth version. And before that, we actually had Swift 3.2.1 going back in time. And the original, of course, was Objective-C. Now, if you've worked with Objective-C, you'll know that Swift is a lot easier to use and understand, and mostly easier to read. Now, it's important to know that Swift 4 is mostly compatible with Swift 3. So if you have an existing project in Swift 3, you can create different frameworks in Swift 4, and you can mix and match the two, and you can sort of migrate each framework up to Swift 4 from Swift 3, one at a time, to check that everything works. There are a few exceptions, and we're going to note those as we learn throughout this course, but I'm not going to concentrate on it too much because you're here to learn Swift 4 and obviously not Swift 3. Now, Apple has promised that this is stable now, and since Swift 3, the changes are only minor. So if you're sort of familiar with Swift 3, you should be good to go. Now, getting down to the meat and veg of the matter, what we're actually going to learn in this section are the basic Swift 4 concepts. Concepts such as variables. Where do we store data in our programs? We'll look at loops going round and round, arrays where we store sets of data. We'll look at functions, classes, and how to organize them. We'll also look at objects, which are created from classes. And if you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter because I'm going to show you. We'll look at operators and inheritance, and probably a few more as I continue to develop this section. Now, what's important for you guys to know is that when you know these things and a few others, then you're good to go with any object-oriented language. You just have to learn how that different language likes to construct its items and its particular syntax and language. So the good news is, by learning Swift 4, you're already becoming a multi-tooled programmer. Right, so by the time we're done here, you are going to have a great Swift toolset, and that's going to give you the ability to start creating your very own apps.